Hello everyone and welcome to the next video. In this video, we're going to be creating a spreadsheet. This is the step 2 of the entire data process. This may seem really simple to some people, and in all reality, once you know how to do it, it is very simple. But I am going to walk through this because there may be some people who just, haven't created a spreadsheet before or don't get, the use cases of why putting it together this way. But essentially, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go over the different data points that we're going to collect from AirDNA, and we're going to create a little spreadsheet so that when it comes time to extract it, we know exactly where all those pieces are going to go and why. Okay. And to clarify, the pieces of data, all that is a piece of information. So when we're talking about an Airbnb listing, when I say a piece of data, the number of bedrooms that it has is a piece of data, and that is just a piece of information, and it's just something that we add into one of our titles. Now, if you already know how to create a spreadsheet and you don't want to need to know all this kind of stuff, there is a link that'll allow you to download this. And so all you need to do is just click that link and you'll be able to download it, and you already have a template built out. But for the other people that actually need a little bit more experience of working with Excel or Google Sheets, I strongly recommend just walking through this. Even if you are going to download it, I would recommend just still walking through this because I'm going to give you the reason why we're extracting each one of these pieces. Okay, like why this piece, right? And so what we're going to do is the very first step is actually going to go to you're going to go to Google. I recommend just using Google Sheets. It's going to make your life a lot easier, especially for what we're doing. It's not overly complicated. And Google Sheets is an Excel version of, it's essentially Excel, but Google made their own version of it, right? So it's pretty well the exact same thing. It's if you're a professional who uses Excel every single day, I don't recommend it. But if you're just doing what we're trying to do, it's perfect. So what you want to do is go to Google. Once you're at Google, actually just type in Google Sheets, and what's going to end up loading, you're going to see this option right here. So it says google.com/sheets. And what I'd recommend is just clicking right on the Sheets button because I believe that brings you right to this main page. So you're going to have your home page and you can choose a blank one. So you just click the blank and it pops open and you get a brand new sheet that you can use. Okay. And it's going to look just like this and there's going to be nothing on there. Right. And what we want to do is we want to add in the column. So these are columns, these are rows, and we want to add in headers for the information that's going to go below. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So once you've got this opened up, we're going to go back and we're going to figure out what pieces of data we want to collect. So the first thing that we want to collect is going to be the title/link. Okay, and the reason it's technically both that we're extracting here, but what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and write title. Okay, so we'll write title/link. All right. Now that's our header. So everything that goes below here is going to be a title/link. Now we want to go to the next one and we want to add a piece of information in there. And what we're going to add in there is going to be the revenue. All right. And now we're going to go revenue. So we go revenue. So now we have revenue in there, right? And now I'm going to go a little bit quicker because as you can see, it's fairly simple what we're trying to do here. So the next two are going to be occupancy occupancy, and then rates. Okay, and the revenue is going to be the annual revenue that the home made throughout the entire year. The occupancy is the number of nights or the percentage of nights that were rented out. The rate is going to be the average daily rate that the home was actually rented for on average. The next two is going to be the number of guests, number of bedrooms. So you can short form it and go guests. You can go bedrooms. I believe the next one's going to be, I'm just going to jump back over here to not confuse you guys. We got beds and then we got bathrooms. So we'll come back over here. We go beds and then we're going to go bathrooms. As you can see, once again, it is very, very simple. And then we got hosts and we got notes. Okay, so we're going to go who's the host and what are the notes that we want to make on this property. So this is if I were to do nothing else, that is what it would look like. Okay, these are all of the different data points that we want to collect because they're going to be the things that allow us to organize, sort, and make decisions based off of all of the homes that we're going to be extracting. The revenue is going to be the most important. Having the link to be able to actually look at the home is also going to be very, very important. All these other ones, they help us categorize and organize them into a specific subsections, right? And then the notes section as well is going to be a super useful spot where we can add in little tidbits of information that we see ourselves that is not something that's a standard that shows up, okay? And we're going to get into this, but I did want to make a video explaining exactly, how to create this spreadsheet, because even though it seems like a simple thing to do, it is crucial to make sure that you have it set up in a nice organized way. Now, if you're going to download the sheet, it's most likely going to look very, very similar to this right here. If you download it, you can see we have all of the same pieces of information right here. And obviously a little bit of it is already filled in because I gave one example. And the other side of it is going to be this, right? So what this is here is an organization of the averages for when we get to that part. So I'm not going to confuse you guys just yet. I'm going to leave that out just for now. And what we're going to look at is, we have the city you can enter, the neighborhood you're in, and then all of the information that we put up there before. So super simple. Just create a spreadsheet, put it together. In the next step, we're going to show you where we're going to extract this information and how it's going to plug in right to here, okay? Before I finish, I will give one extra pro tip. One thing I didn't mention is the neighborhood. So this is actually pretty important. It's also important to put the city that you're in, but basically you want to name the title after the city that you're extracting, or the tab at the bottom. But the neighborhood or subsection, okay? So generally what you want to do when you're organizing this information is you're going to be organizing it based off of neighborhoods. So each neighborhood is going to be its own section, and you want to put the name of that place above where you extract it, okay? And then the next time you do once you've got all the information from that one neighborhood, what you want to do is you want to go and put the name of the next neighborhood underneath that one, so everything up here belongs to Lincoln Park, everything down here belongs to Old Town, and then so on and so forth as you continue to go through. That's going to really help you subsection every single part of the city. Now, if you don't know the names of the neighborhoods or the areas, what I like to do is actually create a little border with the streets. So I'll find 4 streets and I'll put the names of all 4 of those streets in a row, and I'll know that the information that's underneath those 4 streets is all in that square. And that's how I do that for cities that I don't know. And that's actually one thing that I did for Chicago before I moved to Chicago. It's exactly how I did it. And that's pretty well what we're going to have to do for Santa Monica, because I don't know Santa Monica as well. So you are seeing raw version of this. So now you know how to put this spreadsheet together. This is going to be the backbone, the foundation for all the data that we're going to pull out. But this is going to be a good version that you can download the template. That there should be a link directly below that you'll be able to download, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay, I'm going to stop talking because I think that's enough for creating a spreadsheet. On to the next video.